AC through an inductor. We studied the case of AC through a resistance and we understood certain things about the phase angle between the current and voltage and all those things. So when we consider inductor, an inductor of inductance L is connected across an alternating voltage of V equal to Vm sin omega t. So as this instantaneous voltage V is starting to send a current through this inductor, what happens? As the current starts increasing, you can see the inductor will be opposing it. Means whenever a varying current is flowing through an inductor, that inductor will be opposing the change. Trying to increase, it will oppose it. Trying to decrease, again it will oppose it. That means, as this voltage is trying to send in current through this, there will be a back EMF coming which is equal to minus of L into di by dt. So this will be always opposing the current through it. But this voltage will be pushing the current through this one, or this voltage will be dragging the current through the inductor to flow. So to analyze getting the equation for instantaneous current, we can assume the Kirchhoff's rule for this loop. Applying Kirchhoff's second rule, we get V plus minus L into di by dt will be equal to 0 for the whole loop. Applying the second law of Kirchhoff's. Got it? Then we can see that V equal to L into di by dt. And from this you can get di and also I. So di therefore will be equal to V by L into dt. Now substituting V equal to Vm sin omega t, I get di equal to Vm sin omega t divided by L into dt. Therefore, the instantaneous current I will be equal to integral di, that will be equal to integral Vm by L into sin omega t dt. And at this stage we can see Vm by L is a constant, you can take it outside. And therefore, I get I equal to Vm by L into integral sin omega t dt. So, an open bracket. Therefore, integral sin omega t dt, if I do this calculation, I get Vm by L omega into minus cos omega t. So this is the result for current I. So instantaneous current is coming like this, and you can argue that, let me erase this off. This can be taken as I equal to Vm by L omega, and this minus cos omega t I can take it as sin omega t minus pi by 2. Minus cos omega t can be taken like that. And assuming this to be a maximum value possible, that is I am into sin omega t minus pi by 2. So you started with a voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t. This is the applied instantaneous AC voltage, and you are getting instantaneous current equal to Im sin omega t minus pi by 2. So what it implies is that the current and voltage is out of phase by an angle of pi by 2. So there is a phase angle phi which is equal to pi by 2. And definitely from this you can find that the current is coming behind the voltage, or the voltage is leading the current by pi by 2. That's why I told you initially, through an inductor, the supply voltage will be dragging the current through the inductor. As you drag it, it will be always behind you. Okay? So, this is very important fact. Now, another point is that here the phase angle is exactly equal to pi by 2. That is possible only if the inductor is a pure inductor only. Okay? Only in the case of ideal inductor, this comes as pi by 2. So current and voltage is not going in phase, it is out of phase by an angle of pi by 2. This is an important fact to be remembered. Another thing is that we substituted Im, the peak value of current, as Vm by L omega. Then this L omega is a kind of resistance offered by the inductor to the flow of current. And this opposition L omega we take it as XL, called inductive reactance. Inductive reactance. Remember, this inductive reactance XL is directly proportional to omega, or directly proportional to the frequency of the AC. So for a given inductor, as the AC frequency changes, the reactance changes. So unit of reactance is same as that of what you call resistance. Oh, you get. Understood this much? And another point from this part to be noted is, as you discuss like this, you will be asked for drawing a graph between the frequency omega or nu with the what you call the XL, inductive reactance. And from this statement, what you are getting is both are directly proportional. That means you will be getting a graph like this. Okay? This is what you are getting. So if you draw the graph like that, it's a straight line, then what the slope of the graph is. You can find from this that as you take L omega equal to XL and XL by omega, that means you get the slope as the inductance of the circuit. So these are the main points relating to what we call the AC when it is flowing through an inductor. So we got two terms here. One is inductive reactance and phase angle difference. And voltage is always leading the current by a phase angle pi by 2. So these are the main points relating to AC flowing through an inductor.